you have this beautiful idea for an AI-based product. And of course, what do? You go to ChatGPT and you start trying things out. You write this long, detailed prompt and you try it out, say it's pretty good. You iterate a few times and you come to a point where you think, we're almost there. It's 80% as good as I hope it was going to be. And so you keep trying a few things, but you notice that you're getting stuck. You're not improving, you're just changing things around. And so this took you an afternoon, 4 hours, and you're like, well, if 4 hours took me there, surely someone that knows what they're doing can take it all the way there. And of course, what do, you either bring in a person that knows what they're doing, a technical co-founder, or you go on Upwork and you hire a freelancer and say, hey, I put this together in 4 hours. Surely you that are better and know what you're doing can get it all the way in a few more hours. And here's the problem. That's not going to happen. The reality is it's going to take a lot more. So for context, if you don't know me, my name is Guillermo, and I am the co-founder and CTO of a tech and AI studio called Seven Sigma, and we've been building these types of products for many, many years. And of course, we've been very involved in this whole AI revolution, however you want to call it, right? And we are in the receiving end of this type of situation. We speak to many founders, and most of them sit down and put together a proof of concept in a few hours, and they come to us and say, you surely should be able to make it work quickly, because I got here in 4 hours. And here's the issue. The first thing that you need to understand as a non-technical founder of an AI product is that the first thing is AI is a stochastic tool, and that's just a fancy word to say that it works with statistics, and it will never work 100% of the time. It doesn't matter how much you try, there's always a possibility that it's going to fail. In traditional software, it's very deterministic, and when something works, you can make it work almost 100% of the time. Maybe you have a very odd case, but it's straightforward. With AI, this is not the case. Now, the second issue or the second misconception that you're running into is that you think that you got 80% of the way there, and so the other 20% shouldn't be that hard, right? Wrong. In reality, what happened is you went to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave you out of the box 75% of the results. And you know that building ChatGPT is very complicated. What you did was you added your 5% on top. And that was the easy 5%. To take you all the way there, the remaining 20%, that's going to take you months. And I know you don't want to hear it, but that's actually the reality. You took advantage of the low-hanging fruits, but now covering all the edge cases, that's a big rabbit hole. And it's going to take some time to actually do it properly. And a quote comes to mind. The quote is, and it's not related to AI, but the quote is, the difference between a professional and an amateur is that an amateur practices until they get it right, and a professional practices until they cannot get it wrong. And to build something and put it in production is like training to be a professional. If you go to ChatGPT and you can get your prompt or your solution to do things right, that's certainly a first step. But to put something in production, you need to get it to a point where it almost never fails. And that gap is very difficult to cover, and particularly with AI. So I know what you're thinking. It's like, well, if this is so hard, like, what products are actually succeeding? Because I just hear that everything has AI nowadays, and there are many successful products. Well, let me tell you, that's not the case. Most products are actually not succeeding. But the ones that are share these commonalities. Well, the first type of product that succeeds in AI is the product that where they're happy with that 80%. And again, think about ChatGPT, Gemini, all these chatbots, Grok, you name it. they are not perfect. And in fact, they put a not big, a small disclaimer saying, hey, be careful. This thing might lie to you. So they're very happy with that 80%. They know that it's not perfect. They know that we'll never be able to get it perfect. And they're happy with that. So if the product that you're building is fine, if it gives incorrect information at times, that's not a problem. Then you're good to go. And that's why the only real AI-based products that we have nowadays in production in popular apps are based on chatbots. Think about products like Cursor, like ISO, Notion, Havia, and Ice, AI Chat. If you go to the Stripe docs, you can see AI assisted. Those products are all products where you have a chat interface, and that means that you always have a human reviewing the results. And if the information is incorrect 10%, 15% of the time, it's not a big deal. Like, you put a disclaimer. That's why Cursor is popular. Like, Cursor is not building software for you. Cursor is helping you build a lot of software, but then you need to tell it, hey, fix this, fix that, because it's not capable of doing it perfect all the time. And it's the same with Lovable, Replit, and all these tools. And that's the type of products that are actually succeeding. The products where you still have a human involved, and that big margin of error, which was not typical in traditional software, is acceptable in AI. And besides that, the other type of product that's succeeding in using AI are the products where the actual use of AI is so minimal that the margin of error is very small, and most of the gap is filled in by traditional software. So, for example, something that comes to mind is Cal AI, this app where you scan food and then you get the calories, right? So that's just using one simple LLM call for an image and get the results. The entire app is built with traditional software, and you fill in that fuzzy generative aspect in the middle with AI. I'm sure we're going to see more and more of this, and that's actually the software that's going to succeed in the long term. So, in conclusion, I just want you to know, if you're able to make a proof of concept very fast, and then you feel like either yourself or the professional that you hired to take it all the way is taking ages, like you're going from 4 hours to now it's taking months to get it right, no one is doing, well, maybe someone is doing something wrong, but they're likely not. It's just the process that we go through. And assume that building with AI is just the same as building with any other technology. It's just going to take a lot of time to get things right and cover all the bases.